Wild Eye Wednesday once again. Here we go. All right. So today I'm doing for Wild Eye Wednesday. First of all, I want to thank Wild Eye for sending me movies to review. I will be putting some of my own in with them as well because I own a bunch of Wild Eye releases that I bought on my own. Hey, what's up, Doug Taylor? Bought a bunch of Wild Eye movies on my own, so I'll be getting to those. But today I'm going to be reviewing Pickaxe from 2015. This is a slasher. Um, I went into this with, what's up, Michael? Went into this with basically no expectations. It does have Tiffany Shepis, Scream Queen extraordinaire, as well as A. Michael Baldwin from Phantasm fame. So there's that. This movie sucks. I'm just gonna throw it out there. This movie sucks. It's really bad. Hold on just a second. There we go. Now it's more in focus. Yeah, I went into this it's a Wild Eye movie, so you go in with an open mind and low expectations. But this movie it wasn't good. Wasn't a fan. I'm not gonna tell anybody not to watch it. It wanted to be like it wanted to be a Friday the 13th spoof, but it kind of failed at that. I can't say that the movie is just an outright piece of shit. That's not my place to say that. But yeah, wasn't good. I did take some notes while I was watching it, so I'm not just going to say, oh, it sucks, and not give any explanations as to why. So it takes place in 1988, but nothing about the movie is 1988. The clothes are modern, the haircuts are modern. I mean, there's never like any time of them using cell phones, but it's just not a good movie. Like if you're gonna say it's 1988, make an effort to make it look like it's 1988. Otherwise, they could have said it was just 2015, like it is. Movie was filmed in 2015. They could have just not set a date, and then it's present. Boom, you got your 1988 movie. I mean, your 2015 movie. Saying it was 1988 was completely unnecessary because they made no attempt to make it look as such. The dialogue is really bad. And I'm not a screenwriter. I'm not going to say that I could have done any better, but I'm also not a filmmaker. The dialogue's really bad. It's really misogynistic, which in small doses, if used in like a comical sense, is okay with me. I'm not like, oh, it's misogynistic, fuck this movie. But it was just gratuitously misogynistic to the point that it like really started to make me mad how misogynistic it was. Things like, get down on my knees and suck my flesh flute, bitch. It's just like stuff like that is repetitive. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. Um, Again, it wanted to be like a spoof of Friday the 13th or an homage, maybe. It was more of a spoof. The Tiffany Shepis' character's name is Adrian Palmer. Obviously, an homage to Adrian King and Betsy Palmer. I will say this, if you're looking for nudity, this movie's got a ton of nudity. A whole lot. Way more than I expected. There's a nerdy character in the movie. I believe his name is Larry. I believe that's the character's name is Larry. His acting is really wooden. And I'm not knocking the movie for its acting, but it's really wooden, like Tom Welling in the Fog remake wooden. It's really bad. And I mean, it doesn't really drag the movie down because the movie's not that good to begin with, but his stood out as particularly bad acting. There's a scene where there's a band and they're doing coke off the breasts of the band. I'm sorry, they're doing coke off the breast of a groupie because, of course, that's what rock bands all do. They all do coke off the tits of groupies and strippers because they're rock bands, and that's just what rock bands do, I guess. But I found pretty much everything in the movie to be a cliche. The original tag, now the movie, the tagline for the Wild Eye release of it is Alex Black still has an axe to grind. The movie was originally released under Pickaxe or the Pickaxe Murders 3, the final chapter. There is no 1 or 2, so that was done as a joke. Cool, whatever. I don't care about that. But the original tagline was, they thought it was over. It's not over. He came back. He brought his axe. Which, as a Cannibal Corpse fan, immediately, that's the opening lyrics to the Pickaxe Murders by Cannibal Corpse from the album The Bleeding. But scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this 3.5. The opening scene I did dig. Lots of boobs. Lots of nice boobs. Some not so nice ones too, but lots of nice boobs. But for the most part, again, I'm not going to say I don't recommend it. If it's your thing, cool. It wasn't for me. Next week, I'm going to be reviewing, and if anyone's in the chat that wants to pipe in, I will do either Parts Unknown, which is a wrestling horror movie, Impact Event with Oscar winner Margaret O'Brien, Michael Berryman, and Richard Grieco. Or I will be doing Wild Eye Raw and Extreme, Watch Me Die. I don't really know anything about any of these. I haven't watched any of the trailers. So I'll leave it up to you guys. If there's anybody in the comments that wants to pipe in. That's what I did last time. And I was given a suggestion, so I went with it. So yeah, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Tell me what you want me to watch, and that's what I'll watch. Go for the wrestling movie? Okay, cool. Then I will do Parts Unknown last week. I'm going to try to do the standard format next week. I don't want to go live every single time. I don't always have the time. Plus, it's still fucking 99 degrees outside. And I got to turn the AC off to film because it's noisy. So I can't stay on too long. But yeah, I'll stay on for a half hour or so, as long as I got people here to interact with. So next week, I'll be doing Parts Unknown, a movie that I know very little about. I do know it has Jake the Snake Roberts in it, so there's that. I also know that I hate the cover. To me, this is just a typical generic orange to blue fade action movie cover, which I'm not a fan of. Whatever. I mean, there's plenty of movies with boring bad covers that are good. The original cover for The Burning, super boring, great movie. The original cover to the cover to the original Friday the 13th, pretty boring. Obviously, it's a classic. So I'm not judging it by its cover. I'm just saying the cover sucks. But I'll give it a try. Yeah. So looking forward to that next week. Just reviewed House today. That was fun, talking about that with my podcast co-hosts on the Super Spoopy podcast. And then tomorrow, if you're watching this today, or if you're watching it right now, tomorrow the episode the newest episode of Saturday Night at the Movies podcast drops. And on that we reviewed, what the fuck did we review? I don't remember. Oh, we reviewed Tales of Halloween. And tomorrow we're going to be recording the next episode. We're going to be reviewing one of my personal favorite Halloween movies, Satan's Little Helper. So looking forward to that. Tonight I'm going to be watching a pre-release from sovhorror.com. I'm going to be watching Natasha Knighty's Boudoir of Blood. Doesn't actually come out for over a month, but Tony Masiello, the guy that runs sovhorror.com, was selling 20 autographed copies for pre-release, so I snagged one. Really enjoyed his first one, which was Zombarella's House of Horrors, with horrors spelled with a W, like a whore. I enjoyed that one. This is a follow-up to that, same concept. It's done in the style of Rhonda Shear's Up All Night from USA Network back in the day. It's got, the 900 commercials. When's the next episode of Super Spoopy podcast going to drop? That's a good question. Hopefully tomorrow. I haven't finished editing the episode yet. Hopefully tomorrow, Friday at the latest. And I'll do it at night, whatever day it drops. It'll be at 9 Pacific, noon Eastern. And I will definitely post about it in advance. Thank you, Michael. That was a great question. I've just been busy with other stuff and I haven't had time to edit it. Been busy with work, trying to sleep. And yeah, I get distracted. I have ADD, so I get distracted editing sometimes. But yeah, I'm editing that tonight. I'm going to watch one movie, but I'll edit some before. Then I'll watch the movie. Then I'm going to watch or edit the next one. And super exclusive, episode 5 of Super Spoopy Podcast, we will be reviewing the WNUF Halloween special, which I haven't seen. I'm excited to watch. I've been wanting to see it for a couple of years, or a year, whatever, however long it's been since it's been out. When I first heard about it, I never got around to watching it, and then it fell off the streaming services. You'll be sure to promote the hell out of the episode. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I just got busy, and what's up, Phil? Just got busy. I haven't had time to edit the episode. I've only edited about 10 minutes so far, so still got a ways to go. Excuse me. But yeah, the episode on demons is coming out this week, and then next week we'll be dropping the episode for House, and then after that we'll be doing... Everyone's getting their Friday the 13th box sets in today? I didn't know anybody got it in today. Mine doesn't come in until the 15th because I ordered it off Amazon because I'm cheap and I don't care about the posters either because I just don't have wall space for them. I'm in a small room. I already have a stack of framed posters that I don't have hung up, so I saw no point in spending the extra $30 or whatever it was for posters that I'm not going to display anyways and don't even really care about. I like picking my own posters. All the other Scream Factory posters that I have, I don't have any of them displayed. So, I mean, I would love to display at least like the Halloween 3 one and the Night of the Demons ones, but I haven't even displayed those. When is yours supposed to come in, Phil? Or did you even get it? Who am I kidding? You get everything. You got it. When is yours supposed to be in? You're shipped from Scream Factory on Friday, but you're in Canada, so it takes a couple weeks. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't regret not getting it from Scream Factory. Sure, I'd get it sooner, but it's not like I've never seen the movies. I've seen all of them a A couple of them I've only seen a couple times, like the remake and Freddy vs. Jason. Freddy vs. Jason twice was enough. I will probably never watch it again, ever. Although I will check out any special features on the disc. So there's that. But the movie itself, no desire to ever watch it again. It is, in my personal opinion, which is kind of unpopular, but it's my personal opinion, that it's the worst of both franchises. Saw some guy in Scotland today. Got his today. How? You get the Final Friday unrated in HD for the first time. That's true. And then there's the uncut version of Friday the 13th Part 2, which nobody's ever seen. And then if I had a 3D TV, you get the real 3D version of Part 3, but I don't have a 3D TV. No, I don't think many people do anymore. Then I think you get, yeah, uncut footage from Part 2, exactly. The stuff that no one even knew still existed, but it was found on a master tape about a year ago. You get both cuts of Jason Goes to Hell, which, to my remembrance, to my memory, there's not a huge difference between the two cuts. I think the tint kill is the main difference between the R-rated cut and the unrated cut for Jason Goes to Hell. I'm actually super excited for whatever special features are on Jason X. I will absorb the hell out of those because I love that stupid movie. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not ever going to argue with anyone that it's a good movie. I'm not going to fight with someone when they say that they hate it. I get it. But I love it. It's, spoiler alert, it's actually my favorite of the franchise. I know it's a bad movie, but it's a satire of its own. It's a satire of the series and it's on its own. So, but does Part 3 have at least old school 3D? I've still got my 3D my old 3D glasses. I don't know if it's going to have like the anaglyph 3D or not. I have the Blu-ray here of 3 that I got from Amazon that came with the anaglyph glasses. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, since it's a real 3D, I don't know. I'm thinking since it's got the real 3D, as they wanted to call it, for the 1 year that people actually bought 3D TVs, I'm going to say it probably doesn't have the anaglyph, but I don't know. They never actually said. Also, definitely want to check out that disc full of special features. Super curious about what they're going to be. I know that they posted like what a lot of the stuff is. I didn't pay attention to that because I just wanted to get it. Let's put it out in a dead format. Yeah, I mean I get it, but at the same time, like when you're watching it with the anaglyph, it's not that great either. Because I've watched it in anaglyph 3D. I always do. When I watch Part 3 on Blu-ray, I always watch the anaglyph one, and it's not that great. I mean, at least they didn't put it out on like HD DVD or Laserdisc or CED. Those are dead formats. But yeah, like I totally see your point, Michael. They haven't even sold, to my knowledge, 3D TVs in several years, and I don't know too many people that still have one. So I totally see your point on like it being kind of silly that they put it out that way. But they did. But to recap those that tuned in for the review, this movie sucks. But if you want to check it out, go for it. It's streaming on IMDb. Go to IMDb, go to the Pickaxe page, and you can just watch it there. Lots of boobs. Pretty bad effects. Pretty bad acting. Awful dialogue. Super misogynistic. Not a fan. But I'm not going to tell anyone not to watch it. I've definitely seen worse Wild Eye movies. Shark Exorcist. Ouija Shark, absolutely worse. I don't even remember what I reviewed the first time I did Wild Eye Wednesday, but that one was a piece of shit too. Definitely worse than this. Um, it's a movie. They finished it. They got a whole hell of a lot of girls to show their boobs. I'm assuming for very little and no money. So there's that. But I didn't enjoy it. I gave it a, I think I gave it a 3.5. You heard that the 3D TVs don't even work anymore. They're basically just a glass brick. I don't personally know anybody that owned one. So I've never heard any feedback on it one way or another. But that honestly wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it was a brand new technology that they didn't. With the thing with brand new technology is you never know how long it's actually going to last. Like they try to say that Blu-rays are going to last way longer than DVDs, but how do we really know that? Because Blu-rays haven't been around long enough to actually test that. Are they more durable? Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely more durable, more resistant to scratches, stuff like that. But do we really know the format's going to actually like physically last longer? We don't. What's everybody watching tonight? I'm going to be watching Natasha Knighty's Boudoir of Blood. And aside from that, I'm just editing podcasts. Anybody seen anything good lately? What have I watched lately? I watched House, the American one, not the Japanese one from the late 70s. Hausu, I think it's called. I didn't watch that. Watching with William Catt, George Wendt. No, not George Wendt. Yes, George Wendt. And Richard Mole. I watched that. I watched some other stuff. I don't remember what the fuck I watched. I used to make lists. I stopped doing that. I don't know why. Don't know. You'll just pick something at random. I do that a lot. The only reason I'm going to be watching Natasha Knighty tonight is because it's more than a month pre-release. It's not supposed to be out until the 13th of next month. And I've already got a copy today, so why the hell not? I'll watch it, review it, bada bing, bada boom. Aside from that, yeah, I kind of usually just do the same thing. I just grab whatever. I typically don't know ahead of time what I'm going to watch. Oh, I did watch a screener for The Shape, which is a 21, 21-minute fan film of Halloween, shot on video in the early 90s, and I enjoyed it. It's good stuff. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. It's not a masterpiece, but it's a fan film. It was made with very, very, very little money. It was only available on physical for one day, so unfortunately, most people missed out. It was only available to a select audience, anyways. But it will be streaming on. It'll be uploaded to the SOB Horror YouTube channel on the 26th. So if you guys want to check that out, I suggest it. I enjoyed it. I'm assuming it won't be on just the 26th. I'm assuming it'll be the 26th and forward. What else did I watch? Oh, I watched a shot on video vampire movie. I got to cover up part of the cover. Bloody Red Lips of Blood. It's a shot on video vampire movie. I'm covering up boobs on the cover. It's not awful. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. Oh, I watched Crispy's Curse, which I reviewed last week for Wild Eye Wednesday, but yeah, that was enjoyable. I dug it way more than I thought I would. I saw someone just said something. You'll have Prime for another month. Found out that you can get Prime for $5.99 a month if you have Medicaid or EBT food card. That's awesome. I was not aware of that. I pay like $14 a month for Prime. and I have no regrets on it. I've canceled everything else except for Prime and Shudder because they were all I was watching anyways. I wasn't watching Hulu, I wasn't watching Netflix. I cut the cord on both of those about a year ago, and I just do Prime and Shudder now. And I don't even watch Shudder that much. Probably not enough to be worth the $6 a month that I pay, but whatever. The options, I like having the option there to watch it. Oh, something I got in the mail the other day that I was excited to get. I haven't watched it yet. I saw it once many, many, many years ago. But I got Jaws 5 Cruel Jaws from Severin. And this movie fucking sucks so bad. But I want to watch it again anyways. It's fucking terrible. None of the shark scenes are original. They're all from other movies. It's just really bad. But I love it because I love bad shark movies. Except for Ouija Shark. Fuck that movie. I normally don't tell people not to watch movies. Don't watch Ouija Shark. If you have a friend that suggests to you that you watch Ouija Shark, you punch that person in the throat and get a new friend. Just my opinion. What do I know? But I will tell you it's got a 1.7 at IMDb, and I would say that 1.7 out of 10 is overly generous. Very, very overly generous. Not good at all. Oh, excuse me. Got Prime, Shudder, Tubi, Peacock, and another streaming service. This starts with a P. Can't remember what it's called. Starts with a P. I don't know. I mean, I've got Tubi, but I don't really go to that too often, mainly because I don't like commercials. I pay $10 a month to not get ads on YouTube. But it's not just that. Like, you also get exclusive content. And to me, the best part is it's got background play, so I can lock my phone and it'll still play YouTube. And like if I'm listening to music on YouTube or whatever, I can lock the phone, walk around. Like if I'm out and about running errands, I can walk around with my headphones in, with my phone locked, and I'm not wasting the battery as much as I would be if the phone was open, and it still plays just fine. So to me, that's almost as big of a selling point as no ads. And Peacock, that's the NBC streaming service, I believe. Don't remember though for sure, but I think that's NBC. Sounds right. And then tonight, if I can't sleep, I'm gonna watch one of my 10 favorites of all time. I have the VHS sitting right here, which made me think of it. But I won't be. I have the tape sitting right here because I just love having it. But I'll be watching it on Blu-ray if I watch it. Slumber Party Massacre 2. Absolute classic, in my opinion. It's one of my top 10. I know it's not a good movie, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. You tried to find the Japanese House on a streaming service. Yeah, I don't think it's streaming anywhere. I've never. I don't think I. No, I take that back. I remember seeing it streaming somewhere in the past. Excuse me. I am sleep deprived. I've slept like 3 hours in the last 2 days. You can rent Houseu on Prime for $3. Let me see If I can find it streaming anywhere for you, Michael. I don't think it is, though. If you get a trial for HBO Max, it's on there. So there's that. If you want to watch it on HBO Max, it's on HBO Max. Excuse me. So I'm gonna hop off here and trying to watch it on. Trying to wait. Hold on. Trying to watch it on the Cinema HD app. They had 0 people streaming it. I don't know what the Cinema HD app is. That's not one I'm familiar with. But I am getting hungry and hot, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's like Cody. Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So next week, Parts Unknown. It's a wrestling horror movie with Jake the Snake Roberts. Kind of excited for it, but I'm keeping my expectations low. I'm not going to get excited. There are some really bad wrestling horror movies out there. This one here, which Wild Eye sent me, but I've already seen, Wrestle Massacre. I did enjoy this one. A lot of cameos from older wrestling stars. Keeping my expectations low but my hopes high. So anyways, yeah. Those of you that tuned in, I thank you. Those of you that are watching now instead of when it's live, I get it, it's kind of early. Not everybody's home. It's also dinner time, so cool. But I thank you guys so much for watching. I want you to be sure that you stay cool, stay spoopy, and support independent horror. Deuces. Yes, yes, I'm sorry, I'm not done. Yes, Wrestle Massacre is a Fuzzy Monkey film. You are absolutely correct. Directed by Brad Twigg, the same guy that directed Deathboard. So, yeah. Wrestle Massacre absolutely is a Fuzzy Monkey film. This is the Wild Eye release. The Fuzzy Monkey one is a little different. I don't know if the film itself is different. I don't know if it's a different cut of the movie. I'll find that out when because I will watch this eventually to review it for Wild Eye Wednesday. Just like I will rewatch The Velocipass to review that. Spoiler alert, love that. Still haven't gotten your copy of Deathboard? Shit, really? Because that's fucking terrible. That's terrible that they're already selling regular copies when backers haven't gotten all of theirs yet. That's awful. You should always make sure your backers get all their stuff before you sell your other copies through your websites. That's how you piss off backers. And I'm not saying anything about Brad Twigg or anybody else. I'm just saying those that run Indiegogos, Kickstarters, GoFundMes, all that kind of stuff. Before you get regular distribution, before you put your movie out there for the masses, make sure your backers get their copies first, please. I love Todd Sheets, but I know some people ran into that problem as well with Clownado. The Wild Eye release was out before some people had their backer copies. And other people had their backer copies for months. So I get it, like, you want to get your film out there for everybody to see, but your backers are the ones that helped to finance your movie. You gotta you gotta make sure they get theirs first. To me, that's priority number one. If your backers put it out there, like Sean Donahue when he did Naked Cannibal Campers, he made sure all of the backers at least had their copies shipped out before he started selling extra copies. And that's how it should be. At least get them, even if you can't make sure they're in the hands of your backers, at least get them all shipped out before you start selling other copies. That's just, you're kind of slapping your backers in the face if you don't. Just my take. You can agree or not. My take is that you should always make sure your backers get their copies first. Because if I get my copy of Deathboard before Michael does, I'm going to feel bad. Because I ordered a copy of Deathboard a couple days ago, and it's already been shipped. I think it shipped out this morning. So if I get mine first, I'm going to feel like an asshole, and I will refuse to watch it until he gets his. Because that's not cool. And for those of you that haven't seen Deathboard, you're hoping that it's sometime this week. I hope you get it sometime this week, too, because you've been waiting a long time. I mean, a long time. Didn't that movie do the crowdfunding like 2 years ago? You've been waiting a very long time. And for them to already be selling copies when the backers haven't all received theirs yet, ouch. Almost 2 years ago. Yeah, that's what I thought. I unfortunately didn't find out about it until after the crowdfunding was done, or I probably would have jumped on as well just to support Serena. But for those of you that are still watching that don't know what Deathboard is, it really, judging by the trailer, looks like it's essentially a modern day remake of Sorority House Massacre 2. Like, it's definitely looks like that's essentially what it is. You have your Orville Ketchum type character, different name. It looks like it's essentially an homage or copy, whatever, of Jim Wynorski's Sorority House Massacre 2. But with less Peter Spellos. But guys, I'm going to get off here for real. So I want everyone to have a great day. Hope whatever movies you watch tonight or in the next couple days are great. And I will see you in the next video. Hoping to put out an actual video next week rather than going live, although I do definitely enjoy interacting with those of you that interact. Always enjoy that. But I just hope that I have the time to actually put out a video, because I like putting out an actual video. I like interacting with you guys as well. It's fun. I definitely enjoy talking to my people. Sometimes when I get bored, I'll hop on here. But I don't want to be doing this for every Wild Eye Wednesday. Anyways, thanks guys. Have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Later.